You ever encounter somebody whose argument is so chowder-headed you honestly can't tell whether they're satire? You surf to their channel and look at their other videos, and you still can't tell. Well, one way or another, let's do this. Greetings, fellow space travelers, BionicDance here. Meet Richard Raspberry. I honestly can't tell whether this guy is satire or parody, and his name is frankly a huge part of it. But regardless, the argument he's about to put forward is so backward, utterly reverses the positions of atheists and theists, that it just screams for a response. Let's have a look.
Today at least we're all pretty switched on to the likelihood that no real magic has taken place. We see a coin disappear, a card reappear, or a woman magically transform into a tiger, and we're subconsciously aware that there is a mechanism, a method as to how this illusion is being done, and we're aware of this regardless of our ignorance as to how it is actually being done.
Up to this point, I completely agree. We all know that there is no actual supernatural activity taking place, but this is one of the few parts where I'll agree with this fellow.
You see, though we don't always realize it, when viewing magic tricks, or processes in general, that we don't accurately understand, we all become as skeptics, mentally trying to comprehend what cause is responsible for the observed effect. This does not mean that the imagined cause is a definable thing, but rather it proves the cause exists.
Now wait a minute, just wait a minute. Because is he actually saying that the cause is not something immediately definable, that we can't actually ascertain what it is at this time? Or is he saying it can never be defined, that no matter how hard we search, no matter how hard we try, the cause may not be something we'll ever find? Because if it's the latter, you have got to be kidding me.
Justin L. Barrett is the professor of psychology at Fuller Graduate School of Psychology. Dr. Barrett has a book titled Born Believers: The Science of Children's Religious Beliefs. In this book, Barrett argues that belief in God is innate due to the continual verified fact that all effects have a cause, and that naturally, for something like a child to develop and mature, it requires a loving agent to aid in this process.
Let's suppose, just for a moment, that this is, in fact, true. And honestly, it could be. It is still a huge leap from loving parent figure helps me out to there is a magical, nature-defying power that created the entire universe.
You see, nothing in reality happens without a cause. Rain does not fall from the sky because it magically appeared there. No, nothing in reality exists without a cause.
But with the example of rain, we can identify that cause, define it, examine it. There is nothing supernatural about it, nothing logic-defying, nothing reality-breaking. It's entirely natural.
It is for this very reason that atheism does not make any sense. Atheism, the belief that there is no cause, is a senseless idea.
And this is where he completely goes off the rails, because in no way is atheism the belief that there is no cause. Atheism is the lack of belief in a supernatural sky fairy. We don't believe that God is the cause, and that's it. It doesn't mean we don't think there is no cause. We just think that cause is entirely natural.
Being that there are atheist scientists who are seeking to find causes in nature.
Right. In nature, not supernature, not magic.
Why such a cause should have started the Big Bang is a question for philosophy and perhaps more so theology.
But the question being asked here is not so much why as it is how. It's not about intent, it's about method. And if the way something happened is entirely natural, then the participation of a god is superfluous, unnecessary.
However, the requirement for a cause for which there is a universe to begin with, is a requirement based upon fact and not belief.
And yet it's religion that requires faith, that requires belief without proof, that ignores facts and evidence that contradict their scripture. Atheists tend to be skeptics. Sure, it's not universal, but it is pretty damned common. And so it's the atheist that requires facts, not the religious. And incidentally, it's arguments like this that make me suspect that this might just be deadpan satire and not real.
A theist is someone who has watched the magic show and who has then begun to question how the trick was being done. They believe there must be a cause someplace. An atheist is someone who has watched the magic show and who has then denied that there could be any rational explanation for how such a feat took place. They deny there could be a cause.
More and more, I'm kind of regretting starting this video. I mean, this argument is so chowder-headed, it has to be parody. And yet, I surf to the guy's channel and he seems to be mostly serious. But how can anybody make this argument and not be yanking our chain? I just can't tell.
Therefore, theism is a part of nature. We acknowledge there is design in nature, a creation for which the universe is absolutely required for God to have caused all these things to be.
Theism? A part of nature? I really don't think so. If anything, theism is part of supernature, supernatural, magic. I don't know anybody who says that there isn't a cause for things, theist or atheist. We just disagree on what that cause is and how to find it.
Atheism, on the other hand, is a perversion of nature. It is unnatural that we should be deluded into thinking that the magic trick was real. It is unnatural that we should fail to do science and seek a cause.
And, as the title of the video says, this is completely ass-backward. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please, think.